Montserrat, and tonight I am going to explain about my latest project from the module 7 for my movie manager DMS. So today I'm going to explain about um, how my application is going so far by doing this application entry point, and by doing that I will provide the CLI interface and menu navigation about how my manager DMS is working. So without further ado, let's go get it. So I'm starting with my import. So I am displaying what is my movie manager, which I will show you in a moment. And with that, I'm going to display a menu, and that handles the user input when it comes to the name, where do I get the names of the movies from, which is in this case the file, and from that we will go and show, for example, what movies is in there. We will be able to add new movies, update the movies, delete movies if that's so, and then it will show a custom feature, which is gonna be the total duration of the movies that we have saved. It will be a catch, so in the event if we enter then we committed to do all the required steps, it's gonna show a successful message. If not, it will show a invalid option message after that. So like I said, we're gonna perform an action based on the user's menu choice. So we have the load from file, which is gonna be a txt file. Then we have a manager, which is gonna show all the movies that is in it on the file, and then we will be able to add the movie manually if we want to create one, and edit the movie if that's so, then remove any movie that we have on the database on the file, and from that again it will show the duration, the total duration of all the movies stored. So this is how the menu is gonna look like. So this is the main header, and then this is all the 6 display options, and then of course 0 to exit the app. On the bottom of the 0 is going to show the select option, so just by entering the number it will display the function. So the very first one is load movies from comma and separate the txt file. So this one's for now option number 1, load movies from the title. Then as long as we are following the steps, in this case I did the enter file path. So in this, whenever this message is displayed, that's where you type the actual movie, well, not even movie, the file where contains the movies. And as long as we do correctly, it's gonna show movies loaded successfully. Otherwise it will show a file not found, or if we put it but the program itself cannot read the file, it will show error loading the file. And with that being said, that's when we jump to the option number 2, which is display of movies. So in this one, that's where the user prompts to put the movie manually. So if we click option number 2, it will show the following messages. So the title, so you type what is the name of the movie that you want to add, then the genre, if it's an animation, if it's action, if it's horror, that kind of stuff. Then the year of the movie when it was released, the rating of your choice. If you think that movie from 1 to 10.0, you put whether it's 8.4, whether it's 7.9, whichever. And then the duration in minutes, so you will enter the number. So in this case, if the movie is gonna last 2 hours, it's gonna be 120, not 120 minutes, otherwise it will show invalid input. So it's gonna be 120 as an example. And then we have the update movie. So with that, after done number 2, it will refresh the data, and it's gonna ask you to enter the title of the movie that you have updated. If not, if it wasn't successful, it will show a message that says movie not found, and then you have to retype everything again. This is where you can delete the movie from, so whether it's the one that you just added or anyone from it shows on the txt file. Then we have the movie class. This is where you actually get to type, or this class representing the single movie record with multiple attributes. So this is where I get my getters and setters from. And then this is my movie manager class. On this one handles all the business logic for the movies DMS, which is the add, delete, search, update, and custom actions. So as you may see, we have the add movie to the list. So this is the public class for that. Well, not the class, but like my code lines. Then we have the delete a movie by title feature. Then we have the finds a movie by title. Then the display all movies in the system. And then this one is where we get to calculate the total duration of all movies combined on the what we have stored. So without further ado, let's do a exhibition of that. So this one is the menu that I was saying about. Let me make it bigger. So on this one, so option number 1, in this case, it's gonna ask to load the movies from file. Enter the file path. So this is my txt file. This is where I have my movies saved. So on this one, movies loaded successfully. So if we click number 2, it would display all the movies that we have saved on that file. So we have, for example, Inception, Titanic, Avatar, Godfather, Dark Knight, The Pulp, Forrest Gump, Matrix, and so forth and so forth and so forth. Now if we want to add a movie, we just click number 3. So title, let's say up. Genre, animation. Year, I believe it was 2008. Rating, that was my childhood movie, so I'll give it a 9.0. Duration, this is where you need to just enter in minutes, but not the actual word in minutes. So movie added. And this is to confirm. So enter the title of the movie. So up, genre animation, year 2008, rating 9.0, duration 126. Available, true or false? True. Movie updated. Now let's delete a movie, for example. Let's delete The Matrix, for example. The Matrix. Movie delete. And here it's gonna show a display of all the total duration in minutes of the entire movies of listed in file. Now let's say you don't have Intel Drive, right? So over here, let's do a quick exhibition with the terminal. So this is where I got my file save. And then here, this is where I get to paste my java.jar. And there we go. So here, again, we will do option number 1, enter file. So we have to enter the movie sample that the movies sample data.txt file. And this is what happens when you don't enter it right. As long as you enter it right, for example, again, option number 1, so this is what happens. So this is the exhibition. I hope that this one has been useful. Again, I had a blast doing it, and I cannot wait for the next time to show. Otherwise, I can do this again. Let's see. There we go. Well, until next time, class, I hope you have a great night, and we'll catch you in the next one.